Almost didn't start the countdown. I forgot. I missed the button. Oh boy. Where'd my hand go? My hand disappeared into the light. Oh, it's just the background removal there, but look at that potential. Lovely new option for Stampede dinosaurs here tonight. Hello and welcome to tonight's, as always, fantastic dinosaur action. Hopefully everybody had a good Friday if you are watching it on Friday, but probably Saturday, so hopefully the weekend is going well and hopefully you had as good a week as possible. At least you can have a good time here watching the destruction, devastation that I'm going to continue to unleash with those new spells in the main to make it so each player can only cast one spell a turn. And when I do my one thing, oftentimes it means the opponent is dead, because that is the namesake, Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant, but also March of Otherworldly Light tonight. Is it right? How right is it? Well, I think it's pretty fantastic because it's versatile, because it is instant speed, single target exile. Really, there is mainly one deck I just want to hurt painfully. And if you guys have questions, you're wondering why I'm not using that Rampaging Ferocidon or Giant Cinderma. My goodness, I don't know how I forgot that, but I did it. Despicable. I should know every single dinosaur in this game. I don't exactly prefer those at the moment because they can be removed pretty easily. Well, the Amalia opponent certainly is going to be gunning for them. They're not going to do their thing unless they can get... Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Hopefully I put some opponents to sleep as tired as I am, but the opponent gets rid of the Giant Cinderma, the Rampaging Ferocidon pretty easily. They bring in removal and they hold on to it, or they mulligan for it. It's not a pretty time. It only lasts a little bit. If I just have March of Otherworldly Light, boom, Amalia, gone, done for. Read it for anybody that is not familiar though. X and a white. If we want to exile Amalia, we would have to pay a total of 3. That's not much of a hoop to jump through. The removal that I was using on Amalia, the Divine Smite, I believe it was, that only costs 2, so it's just one more, which certainly can be quite a bit. But by the time Amalia goes off, I feel like I should have 3, be able to keep up 3, and if they don't do their thing, I might just go with Archdruid's Charm, possibly. We'll see how that goes. I could do that with Temple Garden, getting me my source of white for March of Otherworldly Light, or the Jetmir's Garden, still maintaining also being a source of green for the 3 green needed for Archdruid's Charm. But then we can exile an artifact or an enchantment. Sometimes the opponent has painful ones. Sometimes I'm caught between a rock and a hard place though. With Archdruids, its ability to exile an artifact or enchantment. I want to use it to get a land, but the opponent has played something very painful, something very key to their plan or hurtful to mine. So having another way to get out of that sticky situation, but just being able to exile a creature, boom, it's gone. It doesn't come back. I think that's pretty good. Attacking Amalia herself, thumbs up in my books. Otherwise, everything is, well, it's basically the same. I did trim one Eldritch Evolution. I just wanted all 4 copies of March of Otherworldly Light. Again, the Eldritch Evolution, kind of just elevating the overall game plan, which, just to get Ghalta down. Eldritch Evolution, if we sacrifice Carnage Tyrant, Vaultborn Tyrant, or Tyrranax Rex, we can search for a creature with 8 mana. In the case of Tyrranax Rex or Vaultborn, it could be a creature that costs 9, but we get to search for Ghalta, we sacrifice a thing. Either we play Ghalta normally, or we sacrifice something big to see it. So there's even more scenarios, which is quite nice. Heaven, yes. Go Dinos, go. Dinos are gonna go big and make the opponent go home. You got to imagine, most decks often are a lower curve, like I mentioned last night. They're doing multiple things to turn. Little things, well, that's alright. Now you can only do one thing. They're caught between a rock and a hard place. Do they just always simply play the costliest thing in their hand, use up as much mana as possible, or is something more key that is cheaper that they need to play, and then they're left with all this mana that they simply couldn't use? Maybe one or two, but still, it makes the opponent decide what exactly is best at the moment. They have to actually make some decisions other than just barfing everything they have, which is lovely, lovely stuff. If we cover Amalia with March of Otherworldly Light, hit my mouse pad. Leyline of Sanctity, Mono Black, Waste Not, Discard. Yeah, there we go. And anything else that does multiple things a turn, boom, boom. Everybody is slowed down to my level, and then you die. Alright. If you have any questions, I know that was a little bit short. I wanted to try and get back to under 10 minutes. I should maybe just do a question and answer stream. Heaven, or anybody else watching right now later on, leave a comment or join the Discord and comment about that. Would you want to just see, I actually just thought of this, would you want to just see an hour-long, 2-hour-long question and answer dinosaur stream? I should be able to answer pretty much any question that any of you guys have. Oh boy. I don't know, the Sarah avatar, white, mono white humans. I think that looks good. Either we see a third land, we see a Sylvan Scrying, hopefully. That should be fine. But we got the Archon of Emeria, very nice. But also, Sunken Citadel, part of the package to supercharge Castle Garenbrig. It's Merfolk. This could be problematic. 50-50 Q&A while playing. Okay. Deep Root Pilgrimage. Speaking of enchantments that are nice to exile, March of Otherworldly Light probably coming in. Fortunately, we got the Sylvan Scrying. What did I say? It's going to be a Sylvan or a land getting the Castle Garenbrig. Now the question becomes, is Archon of Emeria going to help us much? Simic Merfolk, green and blue, tend to play, pretty cheap creatures, topping out at a mana value of 3. So getting that early High Noon or Archon could save us a little bit. But I would imagine we're going to, go down to all the lovely aggression from the Deep Root Pilgrimage there. Whenever one or more non-token Merfolk the opponent controls become tapped, they create a 1/1 blue Merfolk with hexproof. That is not so fun. And also they're all powered up with the Lords, the Vidalian Hexcatcher. Well, sacrifice a Merfolk, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. We're going to have to try and sneak in the Sylvan Scrying or the Archdruid's Charm if we try to do it, and it is so key. Well, it's going to be a problem. And now we have we've lost 100%. Kumena, part of its ability is tap other Merfolk. Its first one is tap another Merfolk. Kumena can't be blocked. They don't want to do that multiple times. That's how it is. But they just double up to do a lot of Deep Root Pilgrimage, get a lot of triggers each instance. They'll tap the Hexcatcher to make a Merfolk, to make him unblockable. Of course, Kumena is not attacking, but they use that multiple times. They can do it, even though it does nothing for their game plan. And we will die next turn with all the Merfolk they're about to make. If you haven't played Arena in a while, okay. A lot of good stuff from the new set. I mean, the Vaultborn Tyrant from Thunder Junction, the big supplemental set, a bunch of additional cards. I love it. I love it. The best. I would assume we're dead. Yeah, we should be dead. Tap a Merfolk, make a Merfolk, tap the... Yeah. That's okay. 6/12. 14. Maybe we can just get by with the skin of our teeth. Probably not. Maybe somehow Vaultborn Tyrant will die. We'll try and block somebody. You know, that would be a very positive thing. Its copy is made, the token is made. But then when I draw a card, which is a land, I can make 8, and then I draw Ghalta. Could be some scenario where good things happen. Perhaps. We'll definitely die coming up here. They'll definitely make enough. Okay. That's how it goes, and that's how you die. Yeah. Naya Dinos again. Kind of Naya. I think I like it definitely better than Gruul, but I think for a lot of people you could pretty much consider it mono green. Not so much with the early things that make it so both me and my opponent can only do one thing. But if those were away, it's pretty much mono green. Sometimes, heaven, I don't even have a source of red. That might just come from Cavernous Souls or one of the 4 Sunken Citadels. Choosing red to get Regisaur Alpha or Palani's Hatcher down, because that's usually, at the moment, the only things that need it. Archon, gone. March of Otherworldly Light, in. Yeah, High Noon, we'll trim that too. Sometimes they can do a little bit each turn, but I think I would just rather Railway Brawler. Yeah, Vodalian Hexcatcher could stop an instant or sorcery, a non-creature spell, but they can't, they can't counter the Brawler. Oh my goodness. They can't counter the Brawler, which would be pretty nice. I would like to see maybe a Sylvan Scrying or an Archdruid's Charm mixed in there somewhere. Could be a little bit better, quite a bit better, so we'll try at least one mulligan. It got better. It got to the point where it's all the lands I'll need. I'll send a Sunken to the bottom. I like the looks of this. Keep the Cavern, protect against the counter spells, and hope for the best. Choose white for that March of Otherworldly Light or the High Noon if we get it. Sylvan Scrying is going to grab Castle Garenbrig coming up. Yes. Yes, indeed. Jetmir's Garden always enters tapped, but Jetmir's Garden is a forest type, which helps Castle Garenbrig next turn, and we could play Tyrranax Rex and hopefully get the job done. We'll see. If they don't have a Vidalia and a Hexcatcher, I might take the opportunity to, do my Cavernous Souls thing. Which is good. They're tapped out. I like this. Yeah, they can't counter it. Archdruid's Charm, search for Ghalta. Get him next turn. I hope. Cross your fingers they don't have Tishana's Tidebinder, which would painfully make Ghalta lose its abilities. Something like that. Well, we're about to find out. If they hold up 3, that's probably what they're going to do. Okay. Not too bad. I didn't play Cavernous Souls, mostly because I needed the forest from Jetmir's Garden, but also because I wanted to make them think they had a chance to stop it. Hopefully it's not Ether Gust. Okay, good. It's not Ether Gust. That is a positive thing. Hopefully that's enough to maybe get the job done. Ooh, a 16. Deadly. You can't target that.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Ruthless aggression.
Oh, I think that actually timed up quite nicely. Right as John Cena smacked Kurt Angle, they conceded. I love it when that happens. Of course, you can't plan that. Yes, heaven, ruthless aggression. Absolutely. Now we just have to hope we get quite fortunate. It's kind of interesting. The Merfolk opponent didn't have too many early creatures. That deck is chock full of them. So, yeah, definitely just keep it as is. And there you go, the lovely Railway Brawler. It's like I had 2 Tyrranax Rexes, in a sense. Tyrranax Rex was doubled. There you go. It's not too much of a stretch to think like that, I think. We need 2 on turn 2 for the Sylvan Scrying. Again, we want to dodge the Vidalian Hexcatcher if they potentially flash it in next turn. Hopefully they do, but Sunken to start. Oh, okay, another Sunken. But Sunken to start. Hopefully they spend a bit of mana and I don't have to... Phew. Yes, absolutely solar updraft. 100%. But now we should be safe. Well, we do kind of need a Cavern of Souls, but we got the Castle Garenbrig. We got the package, and hopefully we're not dead to their aggression. Yes, step 2, win again. We'll see. As long as the Hexcatcher doesn't come down, I think we might be able to get the job done. Yeah. Gonna cycle Jetmir's Garden. I don't need it at this point. I have my Source of White for March of Otherworldly Light. So it's quite nice that I can have the second Sunken enter. I only have 2 lands, but I can make the 3 mana needed to cycle Jetmir's, and perhaps I jinx myself because now we're dead. We're not winning. We're just not winning. That's how it goes. You know, 6 plus 6, 12, Vidalian, 13. It wasn't ruthless enough, sadly. Lovely aggression from this deck would have been lovely for sure to get rid of the Deep-Root Pilgrimage. Like I was mentioning, some opponents have pesky enchantments or artifacts. You know, taking that out early enough would have at least stopped them from having those 3 Merfolk. Would have saved ourselves maybe just enough time to get Ghalta down. We were able to make 7 next turn, which, you know, we could have played Carnage Tyrant, but that still wouldn't have been enough. No. Oh well. Darn. 20 lands, heaven. No, that is not. That was from the April Fools recently. You could get the pet rock for, I think, 1 day, maybe a couple days, and they just, well, yeah, they kept it in game. And I know I should like the dinosaur pet from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, but the rock is, it's just too good. Too good to pass up. The googly eyes, and my daughter also loves tapping on the rock just to see it jiggle around whenever I'm playing on my phone. It's pretty fun. Kinda like it. You know what? Let's do it. 2 sources of green with the Sunken and the Temple Garden. Source of white for Archon, Archdruids. You know, that's okay. Well, we're losing something. We're losing Archdruids. I think that without question, it's got to be Archdruids. They want to stop me getting more lands, big time. Has to be. Oh. Well. They got rid of an Archon, and I got one back.
Bazinga!
Take it. Or no more. Oh.
Dang!
Another Thoughtseize. Oh, and another Archdruid. Okay. Oh, we got Rakdos Vampires. Ooh. All the Regisaurs, all the Palani's Hatchers. Man, this is not great. It's got to be Rakdos Vampires. It's actually been quite some time since I've faced them. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Okay, hey, we got the thing. We got what we needed to get. Next turn we'll finally be able to make 6. The other Archdruids could get another Sunken. Oh, it looks like it might be Rakdos Midrange. Bone Crusher Giant is not super common at all in Rakdos Vampires. It is a fantastic card, so it's not the worst thing to just use it. We're only taking 3. We're down to 13. That's not a terrible amount. Oh, another one. Okay, well, we'll use the Archdruids. If I only had one Archdruids, of course I'd respond to the Thoughtseize because they would certainly rip it. But maybe if we could stick Carnage Tyrant next turn, it would be good. If we drew it. We'll see. Oh, ooh. I don't even know what to press for this.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Sometimes it can be wacky. I'm not cutting any of them. I'm not cutting a single Regisaur, Palani's Hatcher. Not happening. But this scenario, however unlikely, is still a possibility, as you're seeing now, or just in general. Any number of wacky things might arise. Okay. Ooh. Carnage Tyrant, too little, too late. Of course, we won't be able to save ourselves next turn. We can only block one creature, and they will have enough with all the other stuff. I think so. Very frustrating. Norman Osborne. I think it's Norman Osborne. Oscorp leadered. Yeah. I don't actually get that mad, but you know, that's how it is. Rakdos Vampires, maybe. Rakdos Midrange. I don't like Thoughtseize. Of course, it is tempting to bring in Leyline of Sanctity during these times. They don't cast too much each turn. I think we should be safe to trim the High Noon and the Archon. Bring in Eldritch, Railway. Actually, we'll do the good old Leyline of Sanctity. Yeah. Coneheads clip. Not too familiar with Coneheads. I know I've heard of them, but probably saw a clip in passing quite some time ago. I don't think we'll get quite as unfortunate as the previous game, but it definitely could. Like the looks of that. I'm going to take my chances and hope we get the Sylvan Scrying off. Cross your fingers it's not turn 1 Thoughtseize. I'm going to risk it. Oh boy. Oh boy, it is. Darn. Watch me draw Leyline of Sanctity as my first card coming up. Sylvan Scrying is gone. That's how it is. Nuts. Do they have another one? That is the question. No, they don't. All right. Hey, we got it. We got it. We got that third land. Lovely stuff. Let's draw that Castle Garenbrig or Sunken next turn. Could also go Archdruid's Charm, but I might just plot Railway Brawler. Nah, I'm going to go with Archdruids. No matter what I draw. Aclazot's not too bad. Oh, okay. It is a little bit rough. Flying, lifelink, whenever it attacks, each opponent discards a card. I don't like that. But at least we get to play this and perhaps save ourselves with the Vaultborn at some point here. Definitely grabbing Castle Garenbrig again. the extra mana from Sunken can only go towards a land with an activated ability. So if you don't have a castle out at all, Sunken is not going to get you ahead, but Castle could get you ahead with 4 other lands that aren't Sunken. 5 lands in total, you make 6. It's pretty good. Pretty sweet. Oh, the Archfiend. That tends to do the trick. All right. Boom. Boom. Ouch. They're going to copy Archfiend next turn, attack us, and yeah, 12 flying, well, 16 flying, sadly. Plus the Goblin. It's not happening. No, no, no. But it is nice to see another regular Rakdos Midrange. But definitely the Rakdos Vampires have not been common at all, which is quite surprising. Can't do that, no. It's getting a little bit better. I say we try that. It should be quite nice with the Sunken and the Temple part of the package. Kind of similar to the previous hand I had a couple games ago. Lander Sylvan Scrying coming up. Phoenix, okay. I did take down Izzet Phoenix quite devastatingly. That's too big of a word now. We'll get there. Not Phoenix. Deduce, usually part of Indomitable creativity. So that's going to be, a little problematic. Nuts. Yikes. Magma Opus, okay. Cheating out the Gearhulk, Torrential Gearhulk too. They're doing that. Well, not now. Okay. We'll play it and we'll try to play this and we'll see what happens. Big up. Yes. Well, I also need the luck. All the luck I can get. I imagine Archon of Emeria is going to be dealt with. Either removal or a counter spell. Probably. Oh boy. Torch the tower. Oh, I never expected removal to happen from an opponent with so much removal. Based in red. Costing 1. Mostly guaranteed. Now they're doing it. Torrential Gearhulk flashed in. Torrential Gearhulk has a mana value of 6. It's going to copy and replay the Magma Opus, and then we're dead. Done. Probably flash it in at the end. Where is it? Do it. Oh boy. Here comes the Gearhulk. Strap yourselves in, folks. Oh. So they... Oh my goodness. What is going on? They had Magma Opus in the graveyard. What? How desperate are they? What are they desperate for? Huh. Huh. Yeah, it certainly is a terrible trade. But I need a little bit more luck to have less Palanis or Regisaur Alpha. Maybe I jinx myself saying how uncommon it is. And, oh, okay. Okay, they wanted to draw the Gearhulk. That's why they exiled 1. They have another Magma Opus there. I'll explain about the Torrential Gearhulk when they play it at some point here. Probably right now. But it does have flash. Okay, they're going to kill Archon of Emeria, sending 3 damage towards that. And then 1 damage towards me. making a 4/4 elemental and drawing 2 cards, and I bet. Oh, really? I don't know what's going on, but they still aren't doing the thing that I expected. This is honestly kind of... Okay, there they go. Took them long enough. My, oh my. Well, Sublime Epiphany does make a lot of sense. They copy that, and they do all the things. So they make a token that's a copy of the Gearhulk, so they get another Gearhulk, which gets the Magma Opus, and they draw cards from Sublime Epiphany. And, well, we're not coming back from that. We're just, we're not. That's how she goes. Do I want March of Otherworldly Light? Not so much. Torrential Gearhulk is a very costly creature. I'd have to spend a lot just to get rid of it, and that wouldn't slow down everything. Archon of Emeria doing not a whole lot. They could cast something on their turn, but also on my turn, because a lot of their stuff is instant speed, or it has flash, so the one spell a turn doesn't hurt them too much. They can cast 2 things in a cycle. One on theirs, one on mine. No. High Noon, though, I kind of like. A bit. Railway Brawler, let's do it. Make them bigger, better, badder, able to bash through the Torrential Gearhulk. They can be a pretty decent size, but now with Torrential Gearhulk being a 5/6 Railway Brawler, making the dinosaur tokens that Palani's Hatcher makes, or Regisaur Alpha, those become 6/6s, threaten the Torrential Gearhulk. I like it. I love that potential. Palani's Hatcher or Regisaur Alpha both could trade with the Torrential Gearhulk. Pretty much everything would threaten it a little bit. For the most part, my stuff is big enough that it will take out the Gearhulk, but it's nice that even more stuff can, because it doesn't always make sense to attack into it. That's for sure. I don't imagine they're too afraid. That wasn't the most powerful, ruthless showing for this deck. But they might bring in the Ether Gusts, sending a green or a red creature or spell back to our hand, or on the top or the bottom. It's not so fun, but that hand should be good. Hey, look, 3 lands, basically the lands that I need now. High Noon. Do I want my source of white to come from Sunken Citadel? I don't have an Archdruid's Charm, so I don't have to feel awkward about choosing this as white. Nah, I'm gonna go green. I'm going with Sylvan Scrying on turn 2 without question. If I draw into that Archdruids, we'll do the thing. We'll see. But this is what it has to be. Alright, hey. Basically got the package. Basically got the package. At the very least, we are going to plot the first Railway Brawler setup. Do that a little bit. It's going to be lovely. And we just have to hope they don't get Indomitable creativity. I'm certain that's part of the package in here somewhere. The only creatures that they can exile and put onto the battlefield are likely the 4 Torrential Gearhulk. It's, well, usually it's pretty bad. Shifting Ceratops, the fantastic dinosaur that has protection from blue. Whenever I have used it and faced off against this particular deck, I have been able to bring the pain to them. Torrential Gearhulk can't block. Shifting Ceratops, Magma Opus can't target Shifting Ceratops because Magma Opus is part blue itself, so quite nice indeed. Oh, okay. Alright. Indomitable creativity coming in hot with their 4th land for the turn. Maybe not. Okay. Creativity for 3 plus the other land, and well, yeah, you'll see. Oh my goodness, who could have predicted this? Oh, Portal to Phyrexia actually is not great. Sunken Citadel, Source of White, is. And we just plot the other brawler. I like it. And we don't play it. We wait until we hopefully get a Vaultborn or Carnage Tyrant. We could play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn. That would be pretty nice. I would enjoy that big time. Imagine they are going to do something. Okay, they got the Gearhulk, not bad. They got it out of their system. Sometimes they will flash in the Gearhulk at the beginning of my turn, tapping my lands, and then I can't use them for the turn. They can tap 2 lands, and that really just grinds things to a halt. But if we get Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn, we will kill them. We're going to kill them. Let's do it. That's not Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. What are you doing? Well, we'll play the brawler. See how it goes. Play another brawler. Yeah. Okay, 10. That's good. That's good. Palani's Hatcher is going to be absolutely massive. This is going to be kind of hilarious, come to think of it. They only have 1 mana, so that makes me feel quite positive. I imagine the token is going to die, probably. Or they'll deal 3 damage to Palani's Hatcher before the eggs go on. Yeah, sadly. Won't be able to save it. They got their window. It's done. You know, how she goes. We got some big creatures. That's kind of nice. Or not. Well, they don't have a whole lot, which is actually quite positive. Playing any big thing, and it's doubled with the counter, so I'm feeling all right. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Let's go. Let's get him. At least I do have a... Okay, another railway brawler. Yeah. Almost forgot. Play the brawler first, 100%, and then High Noon. Wouldn't have been able to play the brawler afterwards if that was the case. I don't want them to get the railway brawler. Another railway brawler. The baller brawler. Don't want that to happen. Certainly could be painful. I would imagine they have a decent chance of getting other creatures onto the battlefield. That token, that Palani's Hatcher, is going to hatch the dinosaur egg. There will be a 6/6 with the brawler that they have now stolen, unfortunately. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, or the lovely Tyrranax Rex. If I still have my brawlers by next turn, Tyrranax Rex could be just so absolutely massive that it's gonna kill him in one hit. Vaultborn Tyrant would be kind of nice as well. Get a bit of life, card draw, get towards other big, lovely things. Oh, no more lands. Well, I'll choose a source of red and I'll get to eventually sacrifice my High Noons. Got to get one of the big dinos at some point here. Hey, at the very least, they haven't killed any other creatures, so Portal to Phyrexia can't steal anything. That's the main plan. Oh boy. It is pretty nice knowing that they can only do one thing. They have so many cards and they have to choose wisely. Okay, that is something. Oh my goodness. I like the looks of that. You don't need that. Oh, I got Ghalta and Vaultborn. I like it. Okay. Yeah, what you gonna do? Oh, look at that. Wow, that is so good. Yeah, and then I'll put a Carnage out, and then I get a card draw. Then I can go with Archdruid's Charm. But it's going to be even more nice. The opponent just killed themselves. They have probably just lost. Right, Archdruids, what do I want to grab? Let's see. I say another Vaultborn to get him, to really get him. Actually, no, I put another Ghalta out. That's what I want to do. To put another Vaultborn out and get all the triggers. You're about to see something absolutely gross. The ultimate potential. Oh, a Carnage and a Vaultborn is good stuff. Bing, bang, boom. What you gonna do? Ooh. We're stabilizing. I like this. I like this a lot. That's what it's all about. I hope. Block Vaultborn Tyrant. They're not going to kill it. They're going to take 16, 100%. I like this. Start working them down. I don't think they'll kill Vaultborn. Oh, good. Makes a copy of itself. 2 triggers from its own copy plus the other Vaultborn that I have out. This is what I want to see. Just platinum at the moment. Haven't had as much time as I would have liked to grind up there, but we'll get up there. We'll get up there. They got a Vaultborn, that's fine. Should be okay. Hopefully they attack with somebody. I would like to block with the other Vaultborn that I have. Oh, interesting. Very much so. I'll use the Vaultborn to block a thing, even trade. I lose it, which is what I'm hoping to do. The Vaultborn that they have, I don't really want to block. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I like the looks of that. I think we should be safe. Maybe they have a little bit of removal on the token. I hope that's not the case. Oh, they don't. That's probably gonna do it. Probably. I think the High Noon is actually hurting them quite a bit. They can only bounce one thing, do one little thing against something. High Noon is just hurting them so incredibly much. I love it. Oh. Doesn't get better than this. Maybe they have a sweeper of some kind, which would take out one of the Vaultborns and both Carnage Tyrants. But I could potentially just kill him with Tyrranax Rex, depending what they do. I would imagine it's so, really.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Kebby, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Yes, that is very, very exciting stuff. Congratulations. Hopefully it continues to grow and you reach 10,000 at some point. The sky's the limit. If you don't stop, you keep growing, hopefully. Usually, at least you won't be throwing it all away. Maybe it's not right for some people. Certainly content creation is not quite right. Anybody can do it, but that's certainly my favorite thing, the thing I want to do the most. Looks like they might be a little bit salty, perhaps. A little bit sad that they killed themselves by taking out the railway brawlers. They getting a railway brawler with the portal to Phyrexia, stealing it from my graveyard. But because they did it, it meant I got a Ghalta and a Vaultborn from the two creatures that they killed, and well, it was all over from there. As a second job, yeah. I guess it depends. I'm just going to keep pouring all the time I can into it possible, and then I'll get as far as I can, as fast as I can. That's at least how I think about it. But hopefully you enjoyed enough. I would imagine that's the case, and you don't want to be doing it if you don't really like it, making the kind of content you don't really like to make. There we go. There we go. Phew. Kebby, you joined at the right time, taking down Izzet, Indomitable Creativity, Torrential Gearhulk. Like I was mentioning, I love the shifting Ceratops, protection from blue, quite helpful, but when they get into a sticky situation, that's not the first time that the creativity opponent has destroyed one of my own things, and I've gotten Ghalta from the creature they've destroyed. Feels extra bad, but if that's the best thing they can do, they can target one of their own creatures to cheat out the Gearhulk and then take out one of mine. But when a deck has basically all big, nasty bodies, the hit is mostly guaranteed. I think so. I think so. One time is pretty satisfying. Absolutely. They're all satisfying, however you like to play dinosaurs. As long as you're having a good time, that's the most important part of all of this. Life's too short to be playing a deck you don't enjoy or making the kind of content you don't enjoy. Yeah. I need a drink though. I'll be right back, and I'm going to devastate some more. Oh, I'm not going to devastate with that hand. Okay, yeah, we can keep that. We got the High Noon and Archon, which is quite nice. Only one source of green with Jetmir's Garden. I'm going to send Ghalta to the bottom now. My best for... Okay, sounds good. I would definitely appreciate that. Mono Green Devotion. That's alright. We got the High Noon to slow him down. When a deck can make a ton of mana, 15, 20, 40... I think most of us know what Mono Green Devotion can do, but when they can only cast one thing in a turn, that seems to be pretty good. That's definitely helped me quite a bit. But we need to get High Noon down immediately. No question about it, so that's what we're doing. It is nice. Sunken Citadel it always enters tap, so getting that down and the tapping part out of the way as soon as possible. Quite nice. Yeah. We'll see. They flip Invasion of Ikoria now, but I would imagine they're looking to go big. The Cavalier of Thorns, pretty good. That's alright. It looks like they're being super aggressive. They just want to bash us in. Have to get the third source of green for Archdruid's Charm. Could play Archon of Emeria, which, you know, maybe would block the Cavalier of Thorns. This deck is a thorn in my side. That's partly the inspiration to bring in stuff where they can only cast one thing. Maybe they only spend 5 or 6. That's pretty good, you know, slowing them down. They don't get to use all that mana. Oh, Storm the Festival. Yeah. Too little, too late. For me, it'll be too late. At the very least, they can't do anything else. I like that. They got a Invasion and a Forest. Perfectly fine by me. They have 2 floating plus 3. Oh, look. Oh, look, what you gonna do? Next turn. I will get Vaultborn down. Maybe that's gonna help me stabilize. Yes, definitely. Definitely just need to hopefully dodge it. We'll see. I think it might be fast enough. It'll be 6. It's going to be close, that's for sure. I thought about the Vaultborn. I was thinking about the Vaultborn so much, I just instinctively clicked it, and I was so excited to play it and maybe stabilize, and well, that's how she goes. Yes, you didn't see anything. Nobody in the history of Magic the Gathering has ever done something like that. Fiction. Absolute fiction. Yeah, I think it definitely could have worked. Blocking the Cavalier of Thorns would have taken some from the Overgrowth Troll, Old Growth Troll, Llanowar Elves. Survived with just a sliver. There was a chance, but that's about the best chance with that hand. 2 Sunken Citadels. We're looking at, again, basically all the mana we need. Choose white for the first one to get High Noon down if they've done bad stuff. They haven't done bad stuff, so we're taking that opportunity to get the second Sunken. That's very good. Oh, they're still not... Odd. Quite strange. Okay. Okay, well. I can't make 3 green. The first Sunken is white. It can only be Sylvan Scrying, so it's Sylvan Scrying. Now, would they have Beseju who endures? Possibly taking out Castle Garenbrig? We're not going to play it this turn. We're going to play Temple Garden. Good stuff. Okay, maybe they're playing a dork. Could see that happening. Not that bad. Not that bad. Especially because Cura's dead. And now next turn I just smack him. Of course it would have been nice dealing 8, but leaving Cura up, tapping, untapping, they could have popped off. They honestly could have done painful things. Stop them from drawing cards, untapping. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're dead. Oh man, that's a lot of damage. Oh boy. Wish I had something big. Bigger and better. Not killing me next turn. They don't have a Nykthos, they don't have a Cura or a Trailblazer. They can't even flip the Oddity. Phew. But it makes me think, can Kebi and anybody else that is kind of familiar with the Leyline of the Guild Pact. If it's in their opening hand, it's on the battlefield. Leyline of the Guild Pact is 4 green pips. Or maybe it's 5. Something like that. But it helps for devotion for this particular deck. And we didn't see it in Game 1 or Game 2. Maybe the opponent just doesn't have it in the list. For devotion, yes. I don't know, it seems pretty straightforward. That's like the re-inspiration for devotion. And then as people got on to the Outcaster Trailblazer from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, I tried it out in Dinosaurs myself a bit, but it didn't feel quite right. So, yeah, should be good. Also, Archon of Emeria, very nice. Non-basic lands my opponent controls enter tapped. That means a Nykthos, if it happens to enter, it enters tapped and they can't use it. If they've had one out already, they've tapped it, done the mana, Cavalier of Thorns gets another Nykthos, boom. Boom, no, you're not using it that turn. Unless they have Kiora or something. But it seems like a decently reasonable hand. A Sunken and a Castle to begin with, part of the package. White. It's going to be white. I need that High Noon down as soon as possible. At the moment, it's not going to be turn 2, unfortunately. But at least I will get it going. It was tempting to preserve Sunken Citadel as green to hopefully eventually go with Archdruid's Charm. But you never know. The High Noon might be enough to help. At the very least, we might be hit by a decently sized layer of the Hydra. Okay, it's just one big thing. Oh look, you can't cast any other spells with your Nykthos. I mean, I'm also not in a great position, but at least you see how it can hurt them. Kiora could have untapped the Wolfwillow Haven. They would have made a bunch of mana. They would have likely chained quite a few things. Nuts. Oh boy. Oh, almost enough. 13, 18, 19 that they can deal. Well, we're certainly not playing anything big and bad coming up. Could be Damping Sphere, but again, I like High Noon and I like Archon of Emeria because for the most part, this particular way to play Dinos, I'm only doing usually one thing a turn, one big thing. But Damping Sphere actually hurts my game plan because I tap a specific amount of lands, a few lands to make a lot of mana. I don't want Damping to do that. So if something different could hurt this kind of opponent, playing lots of stuff in a turn with lots of mana. Yeah. Also Lotus Field, which I do expect to see quite a bit of once we get Hidden Strings in Explorer. It's gonna come up quite a bit. But yeah, Kebi, I'll keep in mind after I get this white angle narrowed down. High Noon, definitely staying. Will I shift Archon to the side? I just want to hurt, and I love to hurt all the decks that those two do. Lotus Field, Gruul Slickshot, a decent amount. They play a lot of things in a turn. If they play their Slickshot, that's the only thing they do. They can only attack with it to be a 1-2, and that sounds pretty good to me. But Mono Green Devotion, Izzet Phoenix, would basically concede. If we get that early High Noon, plus all the other stuff, they have a bunch of single target removal, but there is no early creatures, so that removal just sits in their hand. It could. And speaking of Elesh Norn, the mono green players have started to splash for that. They call it Celestia. It's really just for Elesh Norn, so I don't think it's quite Celestia, but it doubles the counters, or it doubles the card draw. That's what I'm getting at. With the Trailblazer or Kiora, whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters, it's not like they have to draw more, but it also hurts the opponent. I definitely could play Elesh Norn. That would, well, it would turn off the mono green devotion opponent's card draw, which is quite nice. Something to think about. Double up on all my enter the battlefield effects. It is basically a match made in heaven for Vaultborn Tyrant, Regisaur Alpha, Palani's Hatcher, making extra tokens, drawing extra cards, gaining extra life. 2 triggers with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, which is quite nice. I do believe if there were 2 instances of it, I could layer them in such a way that, yeah, good things would happen. At the very least, the first instance would happen. I'd put a bunch of dinosaurs out. I get a lot of card draw from Vaultborn, and that second copy of the triggered ability would happen. I've refilled my hand. Everything enters. Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines. Ooh. Gotta do it. I have 1 copy. Recently bought it a couple weeks ago. Maybe a month or 2 ago. It's a good card. It's a no-brainer to have if it makes decent sense for a deck and you can support it. Jam it in, which, yeah, just do it. Do it. It's good. All right. I think we'll leave it there for tonight. Hopefully everybody had a good time. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whenever it is. Have a good rest of your time zone. Get some good rest. Kebi, Colt, the Gemstone Dragon Slayer, Heaven, Solar Updraft, and anybody else. Peace. See you next time. Gonna get 0. I bet it's gonna be 0. Okay.